And curl your spine up. We're waking up your back, we're waking up this body. And we're going to send wellness and appreciation to ourselves, mind, spirit for being here. There's everybody. Hi guys. Good morning, everybody. So we're going to curl up the lumbar spine, and each of your feet, you can pretend that each foot is has 4 tires like a car, and then we're going to, my dogs are still in bed, we're going to feel the 4 corners on the feet curling up and then down. So right now we're waking up the glutes and the hamstrings and the spine and articulating the lumbar spine. You're also feeling your breathing. Now we're going to stay up on this next one, and you can verify that your hips are level. Both hips are level. You'll feel your glutes and your hamstrings. You're not going up as high as you can. You want to feel like you're solid through the spine. We're going to take another inhale, and then on your exhale, lower your spine down and hold on to your feet for just a moment. Now this is happy baby, waking up the back a bit. We're going to let the feet be on an imaginary table. Take the hands behind the back of the head and add a rotation. Your exhale is going to pull your abdominals in, kind of like you have a little corset around your tummy. And we're doing a crisscross, which is also called yogic bicycle. Shoulder, elbow towards the opposite knee, belly in. It's not doming up. You could take a look at your belly to make sure. Now we're going to add the toes pulling back. As we do this, those muscles help prevent shuffling and prevent falls. So keep pulling the toes back as you do your abdominals. 6 more, 5, good morning, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Now let your feet back down, curl your spine up, lift up the right leg, and you're going to lower your pelvis down or your hips down and then push back up. The whole time, keep going for 10. The hips are level. That makes sure that your glute medius is strong. That's so important for back care. So your hips are level. As you lift up your hips, you lower your lift. 3 more times, so you're doing 10. You can work at your own pace. And then the other foot's going to come down, switch places, check that your hips are level, drop your hips down and lift them up. Drop and lift. Now try to feel the glutes and the hamstrings more than just overextending the low spine. Breathe in and out. 7, 8, 9, and then let those hips down, and this time take your hands to your inner feet or ankles and let the knees be a little wider so you have this pectineus inner thigh stretch. Breathe in, and then on the exhale, lengthen one leg up and see if you can grab your calf or so. Your other leg's hovering. You're going to lift your shoulder blades up. Now you're switching places with this hamstring stretch and abdominal work, so you're in a little spinal flexion. We're going to be changing this up, guys, so our hands go behind the head. Now add on that rotation to this long-legged move. Crisscross with long legs, single straight leg stretch. So take 10 more. 9, 8, 7, belly is in. 6, 5, 4, there you go. 3, if you're like me, you might need a little softness in your knees for the hamstrings to be looser or to not be so tight. And pull in. Your head is down. You can hug your legs. Gorgeous. Now the next move is a little bit longer of a hamstring bridge. So your backup plan is to do this normal one, but if you would like a little bit more challenge, take your knees longer. I've got a soft knee. Lift up the hips. Lift up the hips. So the heels are on the floor and you have a micro bend in your knees and you're lifting up. You can also do this on the roller or other props, but we're just going to do it on the floor for now. Now notice how that feels on your longer hamstrings, your longer legs. If it's too hard, you can go to bent knee, otherwise long knee. So I'm only lifting a few inches up. Good, and now try to hold it up for 10. Now just try to hold yourself up. I'm off the floor, 10. Breathe in, lower down, do it again. Hold up there for 10. 1, 2, inner heel is just as active as your outer heel. Lower down. One more time, we're going to do a hold for 10. Exhale, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then a full body stretch. The next move is going to put 2 things together that we've been doing. Lengthen your arms overhead and lift your hips. Now you can either come up to a normal crunch, or if you feel sassy, come on all the way up and then lower down. So we're doing a back extension here, and then we're doing an ab crunch. So we're doing the back and the abs. Lift your hips, hamstrings, glutes. Lift your body, teaser, good. And just do the best you can. It could be that you're gonna do an ab crunch of 30 degrees, shoulder blades off the mat. It could be that you come all the way up. Now we're gonna add a little spunk to it, so let's speed it up. 5, lift up. 4, lift up. 3, good. 2, and you do what you can. And 1, hot dog. And then this time we're coming up to grab a sip. Grab your favorite beverage in the morning. Cheers, good way to start a Thursday. Thanks for being here. Thank your body for doing all these miraculous, wonderful things in the morning. What a miracle this body is. So at this point, we're in a Sphinx. This is an extension. This is belly lift, but if you would like to add on, or as you're ready to add on, you can press into a swan. Your shoulders are down the back. Looking good, guys. So we'll go through the cues first. Glide the shoulders down. Elbows point towards the floor. I have a little bit more of a pinky bias, so I can feel my pinky just a little bit more, and that helps you get in these serratus muscles. If it's too much, go down to your forearms. Good, Jean. Good. Inhale. Now feel your breath. See if you can breathe in your nose. Send it to your upper back, and then lower down. Now we're going to do that again. So we'll do 2 more sets of 10. Lift up without your hands. Either go to your forearms for a Sphinx or come on up. Swan. Shoulders are down. Good. I like it. This is so good to help prevent rounded upper back. You can help posture. You can help your back. And when your back is erect, you feel better in your breathing, your hormones. Take an inhale, all those happy hormones. Come on down. Now we're going to do that again, so get ready. Inhale, lift up your back, and then you can use either your forearms like a Sphinx or keep on going. Shoulders are down, upper back is extended. Good. You may even feel your triceps a little bit. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, glide the shoulders down. This is why it's called Swan, because you have a long neck here. Lower down. Now, you can do a windshield wipe or you can do a child's pose, just whatever relieves your back. We're going to go back into some extensions, but take a breather. That's it. Self-regulate. Now, once you're down, lift the right leg up all by itself, and then lengthen hip extension left, and then right. Now, your hips are level or stable, so you've got them gently Velcro to the floor. You're not rocking and rolling as you do this. Lift. You got it. All right, that's the hamstring extension. Just feel in your own body. Are my legs going up about the same? Is the right one going up about the same as the left one? Am I stable in my pelvis? Do I have a little ab lift? If everything's checking off and you want to add on, take your arms out like a little, this is called swimming. Left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg. I still have freedom in my neck. I'm not congested in the neck. And then if you feel good and you want to make it harder, all the limbs come off the floor. I'm just on my belly, and I'm still doing that posterior oblique chain, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Breathe, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. And get ready. Take a child or a down dog. Now, if you want a challenge from here, you can just push yourself up into a down dog. If you feel like you need a child's pose, go for it. Let everything go. You can bias the exhale to release tension in the body, like a dog on the living room floor. Take another inhale. And then on the exhale, come into hands and knees. Now this is cat-cow. We're articulating through the spine. You're gliding the shoulder blades down the back on the extension. So it's good for scapular mobility, knowing where your scapula are in space. It's good for articulation. And then we're going to add on a possibility. This is called the beast. You can curl your toes and hover your knees. And then same thing, the beast is cat-cow with the shins or knees off the floor. There is a little stimulus on the wrist. We don't want to avoid working the wrist totally. Just in case we were to fall, we want some bone density in there. Get an inhale. Now, you can either take a rest like child's pose, go back to hands and knees, or you can up the ante and do your articulation from this down dog. You'll lift your heels, push your low back up, push your middle back up, push your upper back up, and then you'll go into up dog, open your heart, inhale, and then you're gonna tuck the chin, push your upper back up, middle back, and lower back. So you're articulating in this longer lever move. Lift your heels, push your low back, think middle back, think upper back, and go into up dog. Open your heart, tuck your chin, press upper back, middle back, lower back. Now remember, you can do cat-cow if you need, and lift your lumbar, middle, upper. Inhale. Good, guys, you're doing great. 2 more. And you're articulating through your back the best you can. There's a good saying in yoga, you're as young as your spine. So we like to keep it healthy. Give it attention. Breathe in. Inhale. And tuck. And heels. All right, guys, lower down and grab a sip. When you're ready, terrific job. Good, I'm going to give us a little wrist roll. So just kind of give some synovial fluid or lotion to your wrist after you get a sip. Give it some love. Nice job. You're doing great. Yeah, grab a sip. We like to shoot for 8 to 10 ounce, 8 to 12 ounces in a class. Come back down. Now, when you're ready, you're going to do a little, I like to create some space here. I'm going to do a little, get my foam rollers out of the way. Do enough space, ideally, that you can do a breaststroke. So I've got this big circle. So my scapula are gliding, healthy scapula glide. They're gliding on my back. A big circle. And then almost like you're swimming, you lift up your torso every time. So you've got this extension. Nice. Now, if you care to add on, flutter kick your legs the whole time. And inhale, lift. And inhale, lift. Good. Isn't that nice? So this is back strength. This is one of those components that sometimes gets forgotten about in fitness, but we're doing it. We remember it. We're going to have a healthy back. One more time. And then when you're ready, you can recover however you like. I'm just going to do a little windshield wipe, but if you need more, please do. Good, Karen. Good. Nice, guys. And the next, lower your toes down. Let your hands go beside your hips. The palms are facing down, so you're in external rotation, countering what we do in normal life. So you're going to lift up your torso, possibly lift up your toes, and you're breathing. So when you breathe organically, you're going to lift a little and lower a little, but you don't have any tension in your neck. Your neck's just going along for the ride. And then if you have the ability to interlace your fingers, do that. Palms together like you're trying to hold onto a little penny between your palms. Do that. Hands are off the hips if you can. Good, everyone's finding their own. I love it. Now relax for a moment and switch which hand's on the outside. So right now my right pinky's on the outside. That's my habitual way. I'm going to go the other way. Left pinky's on the outside and come on up. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Upper back is lifting. That looks great. I love everyone's neck. Looks so good. And then recover either a child's pose or a windshield wipe, or if you want to take a challenge, curl your toes and act like you're a piece of plywood. You're just pushing yourself up and then down dog. So you're going to choose your own recovery. Shake it out. Take a full breath so you're getting back into homeostasis. Breathe in, and then come back to being on your belly. So I'm going to descend, and then I'm on the belly. You got it. Now we're going to bend one knee and see if your hand can find that foot or ankle. Possibly you'll bend the other one. If not, just know we're going to do 2 sets. So inhale, Dhanurasana, lift, and we're opening the whole front body. Neck is soft. your quads are strong in this. You're pushing your quads. It's as if you were to let go, your feet would fly back. So you've got a little oomph going on in your quads. 5, 4, 3, 2, lower for a moment, and then we're either going to do the other foot, or if you did 2 feet this time, you'll do 2 feet again. Here we go. Get ready. Come on up. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, you're doing great. Take an inhale and an exhale. We'll take a child's pose. I'm going to curl the toes under on this one so the feet get a stretch, those blessed feet that work hard for us every day. We're going to give them a stretch. Let your body rest. Inhale. And then exhale to come back in. Let's take a sip. How you doing on that little goal? 4 ounces or so? Cheers. All right. We're going to come to a seated, and this is called the roll down, and you know that your backup plan could be bridging, or your backup plan could be a 30-degree crunch. But if you're doing okay, check your space. You've got plenty of mat behind you, so you don't have to worry about that. You inhale, you've got plenty of mat. You're going to roll down. The belly's scooping, the spine is going down like your beautiful string of pearls, and you're putting 1 pearl down at a time. Now your inhale goes overhead, glue the ribs down. Exhale, you can come up and try to peel up. So that's where, if it's too hard, you can decide, hey, maybe I'll just do a bridge. Maybe I'll do a 30-degree crunch. Otherwise, you're articulating. Go over, inhale. We're just going to mix it up with a few things. Now you see how my arms are leading the way, and that's helping. If you would like a little bit more of a challenge, you can frame your ears as if your arms are a picture frame. And then so that's a little harder, isn't it? So find out what works for you, and then I'm going to picture frame my head. So you can make it what you need. All you do is change the levers when you're working with your body, and you can make things harder or easier. We're doing 1 more of these. 1 more complete one, so we'll go up. Yeah. Exhale. Gently touch. Gently come down. Looking good, everyone's self-regulating. Now just take a full body stretch. That should feel good. Shift through your waist like you're climbing a ladder. The next progression is called neck pull, a weird name, but it basically is your hands are beside your head like triangles. Tuck your chin. Peel up if you can. If that didn't work out, use your arms like we did before. Lean forward. Stack the spine, and then you're going to hinge as long as you can. Hinge, 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 and then flex. When you can't hinge anymore, you'll flex. Exhale, come up. And we're only doing 3 of these, but 3 good ones. Come up, and then we're going to hinge. Good. Hinge, 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 hinge. And then when you can't hinge anymore, flex. And then 1 more. Exhale, go over. Lift your spine and hinge. Here we go. Last one here. Good, Karen. I like that assist you gave yourself. Great. And then full body stretch. Nice job. Now, the next one is going to be that the left leg's on the floor and the right leg's up. We're going to take 4 it's like a climb a tree, so you're going to reach your arms up, and you're going to exhale and come up. 4, yes, so inhale and exhale, come up. Now, if that didn't work out in a smooth motion, just walk up and down your leg. So up, you got it, and then inhale, and then up. Good. Now I'm going to switch feet, and then we're going to go down 4 reps. The closer this foot in, the harder it is, so you might have to pull that foot on the floor a little further away from you to give your hip flexor a bit of room. Inhale, up. Good. Just 2 more. You're doing great. 2. Remember, if you need help, walk up your leg like you're a monkey climbing a tree. Up. And then you got it. Now, full body stretch. And then if you want, take an inhale and then grab a sip. So I'm going to use my abs to come up, grab a sip. Hot dog, guys, doing great. We're going to touch base with some planks. So touching base with some planks on this. Awesome. So just making sure you have space for your forearms. If you're like me and you like a little extra padding on a forearm, you can grab your mat or double it up. So you're going to put your arms down, and at first we're just going to stay here with this static. So we're going to establish our cues in a static position. So here we are, shoulder blades are flat on the back. Your head would be tempted to fall down because of gravity, but you're retracting so that your ear's in line with your shoulder. Your knees are strong, your heels are straight up. So we're just establishing this static pose before we add mobility. Now we're going to take a sideways plank. So inhale, and on your exhale come up. You could have your feet together or you could stagger them, stacked just a little harder. Good, I like how everyone's hips raised. Good, stretching out even through that hand. Breathe in. Now to transition, you can stay up. In other words, you don't touch the knees, and then you go to the other side. I'm just going to turn so I can see you, but you can just turn. Good, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Now, the next one is a forearm plank, and I'm going to give us some progressions on this. Because we're on our forearms, we're going to lift our hips a little bit to make room. The right knee's going to come under safely, and then put it back. The left knee's going to come under safely, and then put it back. Right knee, left knee. Now, if you would like, you can do what's called a treadmill. I'm going to switch places. So this is going to be on the forearms, and then I'm going to, if you would like, take it a little faster. 10, 5, 2, and then recover. Child's pose. You can pat yourself on the back. Nice job. Breathe in. And then go to a forearm side plank. So we always start with the static. That way you have a definite layer of a backup plan if you need it and you don't want my progressions. So you're at a buffet, choose what works for you. Come on up. Nice. The first upper body move is going to be a little rotation where you thread the needle. Your hips stay the same. You can stretch your arm back and exhale. 2, 3. Good. Even, yeah, your arm can go back because you're trying to stretch out that shoulder. All right, so that was 5. Pause and see if you want to add this on. Top leg 5, abductions. You may not want anything to do with that. 2. Now we're going to lower that hip. We're never collapsing at the shoulder. Go to the other side. Good job, guys. Now, the neat trick for your brain is to remember what we did. Neural patterning and coding is really helpful for preventing dementia, especially while you're exercising because the brain's getting more blood flow. So the first move was a rotation. The hips are level. The hips are facing forward. Enjoy the rotation. Thread the needle. Now, that was the main move for the upper body. Now, the lower body was a possible 5 abduction. That's a strong hip move. You're doing great. Do what you can. Yes. And then lower. Nice job. Very good. And then you're doing great. Go back to your side plank. This one, it reminds me of treadmill. You're going to come back up. Now, you're in side plank. The top knee can possibly do 5. It's like a treadmill, knee raises, but the hips stay up. Good. Now this one is a little harder, so I'm going to put this foot on the floor. The bottom knee can come in. Good. 3, 4. I love it. Now lower 5 and 5. So your brain knows what's coming this time. You can challenge yourself. What did we do first? Which leg? And so we're up. That could be your move, by the way, just this. Bend the top knee in, 2, while you stay steady. Good, everybody. All right. Now, that's good, Kara. And then the other foot's down. Now the bottom knee could come in. Creative solutions. I love it. So if you find your mind going, I can't do this, you change it quickly. What can I do? Good job. We're going to take a stretch. This one's called the rack. Go up and back. Go up and back, and then lift your heart. Now, one thing I like to do when my heart rate goes up with those is I get it back down. So recovery heart rate, you notice it. You lengthen your inhale. You lengthen your exhale. Get to work on biofeedback. You're directing your nervous system with your breath. All right, come back, take a little sip, and we'll do a fun little stretchy mobility thing. The more you can get on the floor, the better. Right? So I'm going to just demo some ways to do this that are totally modified. Get everything out of the way so you don't kick over your coffee. One way to do modified is like an inner thigh. This is like a butterfly, and this is a hamstring stretch. So you would do this. We'll just do it together for 5. And then I'm not going to use my hands. I'm going to do the other side. I switched it without using my hands and go down. So I'm just going to demo this. That's your modification, but you can hold it longer. If you care to have a little different fun, I'm going to put this leg back, make sure nothing hurts your body. This is my inside leg. I'm going to roll over it, and I'm going to come over, and I'm going to roll over it like a baby swan, and then over. So that's a little mobility drill. If that does not work for you, you can also do this with that inner thigh trick I showed you, like that. You can roll, and what you're doing is telling your body what to do while you're here. So make it what you can do. Listen to your body, but it's just a little fun doing things on the floor like you probably did when you were a kid. Yeah, that a girl. And then I'm going to turn my leg under to show that one. We used to call this a hurdler stretch. Good. Make sure your knees are good though. And you're doing great. All right, wonderful. One other one we're doing is to go backwards. Again, you can do this with that little bound angle inner thigh one or here. So if you're doing this one, only go to your upper back, but it'll look like this. Gotta watch out for my wall behind me. I'm only going to my upper back. So if you need the inner thigh one, instead of this shin under, right here, you'll just put your foot. So you choose, and maybe try 4 more or something, but maybe just whatever it is, do something you don't usually do. So your body's learning kinesthetics like it would normally if you were just playing in the woods as a kid, climbing trees. You figure stuff out with your body. Awesome. I love it. Good job, guys. Terrific. I love it. Grab a sip, and we'll come back to the forearm plank. Good old forearm plank. Where's my little, there it is. So forearm plank. Now, in the forearm plank, if you have metatarsalgia or any kind of plantar fasciitis, you can put your ankles up on a foam roller and get off the feet, by the way. But if you're doing okay, you can push forward and then drop back as if you're going through a tube, and you don't want to hit the tube with your booty, and you don't want to hit the bottom of the tube by drooping. Just go back and forth. Exhale. Good. 5, 4. You got it. 2. And then 1. Nice. And then on the side plank, we're going to paint a beautiful rainbow. So one hand's here. Now, when you lift your upper arm, you're going to also watch how I'm lifting my hips. I'm going to challenge myself to touch the floor. Come back to your normal plank here. And then up and over. 2. And exhale, lift. 3. Good. You're doing so good. So you see how we sneak in some mobility with our strengthening. 5. Can we do 8? We can. 6. Can we breathe in our nose the whole time and out our nose? Whoops. And if you felt like me, just keep on going. 7. And 8. Here we go. Other side. Good job. Here we go. Hand down. Get up. And then good, Jean. I love it. Up and over. Now your head's up against an imaginary wall, not poking forward. Stretch out your fingers. 4, 5. It's a 70-degree day. You're reaching through that sky. And we got 8 here. Inhale. And 8. Nice job, guys. You did great. Take that out of the way. Grab a sip if you'd like. We're going to do a little functional. One little functional if you're on the ground and you want to get up with no hands. So there's a few ways to do this. So one is your right foot can go forward and then you're up on it and you don't use your hands. Now if you do have to touch something, just count so that eventually you're lessening that. So if you did like me, right foot forward, now your left foot goes back, come down, and I'm controlling it. I'm not just crashing. Left foot whips around. If you guys read the longevity book, this is the way he does it in the longevity book. Now left foot forward. I always like to make sure both sides are functionally the same here, the best I can. Now push up, my right shin's helping. Right foot back. I'm trying not to use any hands, guys. That's it. That's the main goal. But if you have to, just touch, count, it'll get better. That was left foot. Really good. That may be what you do today. You can also sit on a block and kind of make it easier. The next one is crisscross applesauce. So I've got a crisscross, no hands, come up. Good, and then no hands, and I don't plop. I'm trying to lower or decelerate with control. Do the best you can. Use a yoga block if you need to. Cross the other way. Step. Try not to use your hands. Good. Yeah, and you can kind of clean it up as you get used to it. The first time might be wildly throwing your arms out, right? And then it gets cleaned up. Nice. So that was right and left. The next one I like, listen to your body. Do something that you can if this doesn't work for you. You're on your shins. You curl your toes. Now watch. I'm just going to push back. Yeah, just see. Yep. Now when I lower, I'm in control. Look at everybody doing so good. I'm in control. Yes. Wow, Polly, good job. That's good, hon. Hey. And curl and up. You guys doing okay? Good. That's good, Michelle. Lower. Good. You don't need to know this, but you can come out of it like that. It's a little plyo. It's a little explosive. Yeah, and I like that, Jean. Just do the arms today, right? If you do the arms, it's like you're getting closer to doing it. Now, you don't have to do that. I just like to show that there are so many ways to not even have equipment. So the other way is come to what I call malasana. Some people call it a third world squat. Now, you can stay here. Notice my heart rate's up, so we're going to play that game, get it down. The next way would be you're here, and remember you can use a block. Karen, great job, and you can come up, no hands. And come down, and we'll just do that one more time. Yeah, you can move your feet and figure it out. Look at everybody so functional, and then come up. Wow, upper echelon of society right here in functional mobility. I love it. I love it. Okay, that was awesome. I'm just thrilled to death. Grab a sip. Good job, guys. I love it. So I call it like functional youth. If you come up with a better name, let me know. But functional youth, functional mobility. You'll hear people say, I can't do that anymore. But if you do it, you can. And you want to tell the story you want. I can do it. I'm getting better. I can do it. So you tell your story. Now this one, you're going to lie on your side. I've got to move my mic a little bit. You guys know we upload these to YouTube. So if you come later, if you can't come, you can always get it later. But here's the first move. I like to work the body in different planes because we live in different planes, right? And I don't want something to be neglected. But this area, I'm a toucher, I'm a kinesthetic, so proprioception helps me fire. And the abs are helping, obviously, but the hip abductors and adductors. So I've got my brain on these muscles. Now I'm gonna go a little higher because I'm human and my brain says, just do the bare minimum to survive. So I wanna do more. All right, that's your main move. Those of you that would like to